Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow Ear Shoulder Voice on YouTube and Facebook, or visit our website at www.earshouldervoice.com.
We've got to work together.
Good evening and welcome to Ear Shoulder Voice. What a unique holiday season this has turned out to be. So different from any other ones. 2020 in general has been absolutely crazy. A lot of holidays get pushed in the past. What are you going to do? A lot of states are now shut down again. You just don't have anything to cheer you up. But there's one thing that can always put you in a good mood, and that is the holiday movies, the screen gems, the specials that come on. Thank God Apple TV said you can have them back because they were being assholes about that. But now we've got them again. Whether it's the Charlie Brown Christmas special, and that wonderful tree, or it's the comedies of National Lampoon, or the heartwarming It's a Wonderful Life, those movies put you in a special place and just remind you of what it is to feel the holiday spirit and be together with your family. Today we're going to discuss all these great movies, what you feel is the best holiday movies and specials and TV episodes out there. Probably hit some of the ones that were just absolutely stupid, had nothing to do with the holidays. There are a few of those out there, believe it or not, because our topic is, of course, holidays on screen. While you're here, please don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe to Ear Shoulder Voice on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all the good shit out there. And other than that, we're just going to get this show going because we have a great number of people that have their opinions on the best holiday movies. Most of them that disagree with me will be wrong, but we want to hear them anyway, and they are our panel. Our first panelist is one of the king of movies, the kings of media. He just knows them all. He's great at his in-depth knowledge. He is one of the trivia geeks when it comes to really film and TV and movies. He knows all these obscure actors and categories, but he's the perfect man for this show. Please welcome Gabe. Gabe, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Amazing, fantastic, wonderful. You know it.
To sort of discredit you, I played Bazinga with some trivia on Zoom with some friends yesterday, and I came in fourth. So,
let's see if I talk highly of you again.
I'm not the end all be all. So, but I'm pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, I still think you're knowledgeable. I don't think you're the end all be all. I'm the end all be all. I was trying to be nice to you.
Sure.
Okay, so we got that. So you're obviously you still are a fan of general movies, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
So what about holiday movies? Do you think there's a lot of those you like, or do you find them kind of cheesy and not worth your time?
I think it all depends. It's the funny thing about holiday movies is it's sort of a narrative of where you're at that point in your life, I think, right? Because either, most of these holiday movies, if you really sort of start to break them down and look at them, a lot of them are terrible. But you find the sort of joy in the reflection, and in the nostalgia of a lot of them.
They're all such basic stories and basic movies, but somehow they hit the right spot.
Exactly.
I don't know how that is, but it does happen.
And around the holidays, you're in the mood for that sort of thing, So you're not going to watch it in the summertime, maybe. If you do, then you really like Christmas, and you probably...
Sometimes in the summer, we need a little Christmas.
Sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Definitely this year.
Yeah, it's always good. Like I said, the movies aren't necessarily the best, most variety as far as plots goes, but they do hit the spot. Just like our next panelist who always does. Nikki, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi, Nikki.
I'm like the little elf under your Christmas tree in the background. It's so pretty.
I see that. It's getting that holiday spirit. We got to, get that cheer up because it is hard for a lot of people. I've noticed that you started decorating early because we've seen little things go on your wall. Not as much now, you move locations, but on your previous shows we saw a lot of stuff going up. So you're feeling the Christmas spirit a little bit. Now, do you actually feel this Christmas spirit?
I mean, a little bit, and that's why I started early, because I was like, with all this funk we've had all year, I got to get into the spirit, slowly but surely. It's just a different season. It's different, and in some ways, it doesn't even feel like the season. So,
well, like we said, with this show, yeah, I mean, a lot of it is the TV and the movies that will help put you in the mood. Have you started watching any of them?
I watched a few. Yeah, I watched a few, but up until yesterday, we didn't have cable TV. We were just like streaming from Hulu and Netflix. And once you binge all that stuff, there's not, you can't. I mean, I guess I could go on YouTube or somewhere else, but I'm not that invested into television. My life only allows me just a little time on the TV. So I'll squeeze it in, though.
Hey, a
I
little
like all the
time
fun
is
ones.
still time, and especially if
Yeah.
you got the family around during it.
Right.
All right, we got another panelist coming up right now. She's actually a very lovely, lovely person. She usually does songs for us as well. Didn't do one this week. We're going to hopefully be doing more on a Christmas special later. But please welcome the lovely, the beautiful, and charming Millie. Millie, how you doing?
Oh, good. How are you?
Brandon's in the background. Thought I was going to bring him in. I did. How you doing, Millie?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
So you had said your holiday plans have changed this year compared to what you usually do, correct?
Yes, usually my husband and I go back home to visit. We're from Delaware, Maryland, so we go back home and visit family. We're not doing that this year, just because, our family, my mom's in her 80s, so is my stepmom. We have family members that are immunocompromised, that it's just too risky spreading it around, the chance we could spread it around. So.
Yeah, it does. Do you think that's pulling away your holiday spirit at all?
A little, but I have other stuff. At least, like, I usually go to a lot of Christmas parties, which I'm not having those, but at least some of the groups I'm in, they've done like Secret Santa, where we've mailed or shipped things off or dropped things at someone's porch, and we've done Zoom to reveal, like I did one today, things like that. So that's kind of helped a lot, I think.
Yeah.
That.
So now we're going to go into, of course, the media aspect of it, which is what this show is particularly about. Have you watched any movies coming up?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to seeing any? So what have you seen that just was the first one you had to watch?
I think might have been the Charlie Brown Christmas one.
The right one to watch right there.
Yeah, we always watch that one. We have a bunch of different ones on DVD and Blu-ray that we always watch.
I for some reason
Christmas carols and all that.
Oh, those were. I for some reason didn't know there was another Charlie Brown Christmas too. It's Christmas time again, Charlie Brown.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think we have that one.
Yeah, I didn't even know it. It's on the list of the greatest TV shows according to Media Mom, the best TV shows and series to watch out there. We're going to bring in another panelist, our final panelist. We might have one more joining us later. Please welcome, of course, the lovely, the charming, the talented, the beautiful, the wonder. Oh, wait, they're not here. Here's Brandon. All right. How you doing, Brandon?
The guy and the girl look at each other for longer than 5 seconds, so everyone knows they're into each other, and it's going really well, and they're falling in love. And right before the holidays, there's a miscommunication, and they hate each other, and they leave each other. But on Christmas Day, he shows up at the door, and they're together.
So Brandon's our cynic.
That's every Lifetime movie ever made.
Everyone.
Yeah, you got to change.
Channel.
Yeah, you've got to change from those women channels out there if you want to see a little
they're
more
like,
variety.
should we do it differently? They're like, no.
No, stick with
Turn
it.
off Hallmark.
Right. Well,
We were 40
Brandon,
this year.
are there any movies or TV shows you like that break that?
I mean, will they break that? There's one on Netflix that seems like it's that, but it's super, super twist that I never saw coming. Totally don't remember the name, but it's Amelia Clark and the Asian guy from The Gentleman. Man,
All
it's
right,
good.
so
Highly
go to Netflix,
suggest.
search Amelia Clark and the Asian, and watch that Christmas movie. It's going to be great.
Don't do that just online.
Don't
You're
do
gonna get
that.
a different video.
Are you
No, you got to go to
great.
Netflix.
the Thai guy?
highly
You
suggest
sure it's the Asian guy? We're gonna find it.
Make sure it's N-E-T.
Oh, do I know?
folks,
Do I know if he's Asian or Thai? I'm not. He's wearing a tie.
You don't really pay too much attention to these things, do you? So the
only
best
thing-
movie you saw that breaks the rules that you liked with the best twist out there, you don't remember the name of, you just know Amelia Clark and an Asian.
Yeah. Everyone's
right.
like, "Wow, she's blonde and not in Game of Thrones."
Well, I think your knowledge of movies definitely surpasses mine and Gabe's. So, I
Well,
appreciate
everybody
that.
knows what the greatest Christmas movie ever made was, and it's Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
No.
There's nothing
No, the
better.
original was better.
The original was. I don't
it's
think
not.
Jim Carrey's was
I'm
bad at
afraid
all. I
it's
thought it was a good take on it, but
It's
definitely
incredible.
not.
There's so many little
the
jokes
best.
in it that people miss. Like in this universe, what happens is when you get your babies, they float in little carriages with umbrellas to your doorstep, and that's how you get. And there's a little joke where like it's showing how that happens, and this guy comes out, he's like, "Honey, the baby's here. He looks just like your
remember
boss."
Yeah.
Bill's here. Hi, Bill. How you doing? Happy holidays to you out there. Heat miser and cold miser. The year without Sanity Claus. The year without Santa Claus is another one out there. I like Sanity Claus. That's funny. I don't know if there's probably actually a movie out there that spoofed it called Year Without Sanity Claus. This is kind of the year without sanity right now, so it's probably in process if it's not made right now. You know, I always think of the TV Christmas specials, and I always think Charlie Brown Christmas, Rudolph, and Frosty, and there's actually a lot more. I just came across one
There's
that I
a
just
ton.
watched, hadn't seen forever. Twas the Night Before Christmas used to air
Yeah.
every night.
We
and I
watched.
love
We
that
have
one.
that. We watched that. It's on our
What
list.
about the longest running on CBS show, like the longest running annual show of all time, Frosty?
You know that's still Wizard of
Yeah, we
Oz,
just
right?
watched
If
that.
Lenny
I,
was here,
I
she'd
was
know
about
that.
to say. I was about to
is
say.
it?
Wizard
I
of
thought it
Oz is the longest
I
running
was just
one.
watching that yesterday with my daughter, and it is
Maybe it was Christmas.
terrible. It is
It's weird.
terrible.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember
the
watching it as
dialogue is
watching it
just-
as an adult, and I'm like, oh no, I liked this.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. It's definitely that that late 60s sort of, this could go psychedelic in any minute,
Yeah.
but it
I should do
holds
that.
back enough.
Watch it like that.
Yeah. There you go.
I feel like it was still incredible for like the 60s.
Yeah, no, I think
Yeah.
the animation was good. They just left so much like spacing and in the
Weird
text and dialogue and stuff like that it just
Yeah,
it was
they
strange.
they just rode on the thumpity thump way too much. And they're like, that's all we got. Go ahead.
Now, there's been like you have brought up, so I've got to ask. You think it's the greatest movie? There's been like 4 versions now of The Grinch that were mainstream versions. There's been other ones, but which is of course the original, the 1960s one.
I guess I could concede that it's more the performance of Jim Carrey that makes that movie so great. So I could, if we're looking at just the movies, the other ones might be better.
Well, I'm going to grant you, I did think the Jim Carrey one was a good movie. I thought it was a great live action take on the film. I did not think it was better than the original.
That's fair.
Same.
But it was
And you
nice to
can't-
see it and kind of flesh out that story a little bit that's been always crammed into a 20-minute special.
And you
Yeah.
can't discount Ron Howard's brother
Why not?
because he's in it.
Oh, well then no, you can't because he's in it. We need more information on why there. Come on,
All right.
Gabe.
Never
I
mind.
couldn't remember the name of the movie I brought up.
What
so
part
this
did he
is-
play? What character was he
Yeah,
in?
who was he?
Just one of the town folks.
Oh, well then I'm surprised I missed it.
He must have been the best town
It was an
folk there is.
obscure role, just like the rest of the
I
roles
think
he
Bryce
played.
Dallas Howard
That's
was
true.
in there somewhere as one of the elves or the
Yep.
who's.
So the whole Howard family was probably in it.
Did anybody watch? They went. I have not seen it, but I guess they did the Grinch live now on TV. They
No, I
just
haven't
did that
watched
like
it.
the week or two. Nobody's seen it yet.
No.
No, I haven't seen
Because
it.
I was curious about it. It's got terrible reviews right now, but I was really curious if anybody had seen it. Enough that I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
I
won't.
haven't. I've seen it come up in my, oh, this is new, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I
thanks.
tried it with a Christmas Story because they did the Christmas Story live. I
Yeah.
think that was last year or the year before, and it was cool for what it was, but it wasn't a Christmas Story.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot away. But you say they're all the same, Brandon, and I want to hit on that a little bit because I just feel that you are not
Just the
educated.
Hallmark ones. Just the Hallmark.
Yeah, the Hallmark
that,
ones are all
that
the
lifetime
same. Yeah.
Hallmark
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah.
love story one.
But even
That's
the
why
ones
people
that
like
are funny,
like them, because of that. Because they know how it's going to end.
even the funny ones kind of have that track. I mean, Scrooge is one of my favorites. Scrooged
For
with
sure.
Bill Murray. Of course, Christmas Vacation for me, that's my must-watch every
Yeah.
single
Yeah,
year.
we also watch that.
Me,
We
when
have a whole
I
long
think
list.
when I think Christmas, it always comes to mind. I don't know why, but Gremlins, probably because it is based, on
It is a
Christmas
Christmas
time.
Christmas movie.
And
for
it did
sure.
come out at Christmas time.
Yep.
So that's one that I always go back for.
The Gremlins
What
were
if-
singing Christmas carols at some point. That is a
Yes.
Christmas movie right
Yeah,
there.
it was a Christmas gift, I think. The Gremlin was a Christmas gift.
Yep.
Do you think there are movies out there that people always claim is a Christmas movie that
Like
do
Die
not
Hard.
belong as a Christmas movie?
There's a lot of debate.
I don't know how
on
this
Die
happened, but
Hard.
Brandon.
Hey, there's 2 Brandons.
The evil?
There we go. I don't know what happened, Brandon.
That was great. We've cloned. We know how.
Brandon is the spirit of
Multiplicity.
Christmas. We get the past, we get the future, and we'll get the present, I'm sure, soon.
How do you know I'm the real Brandon?
I've never known that since I've known you, actually. I actually think there's a dark secret that you're not the real Brandon. I do still believe you are Brandy.
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 Is there any movies out there that people often claim are Christmas movies that you think are not Christmas movies?
I know there's a lot of debate on Die Hard. I don't care
Yeah.
either way, but some people are really like, no, it's not. Others are like, yes, it is.
Yeah, Debbie, we didn't know about that. I don't think Brandon even knew it.
No. We
So I'm
learn
looking at
something new every day.
I'm looking at a list here, and here's a couple. Trading Places.
You know, I didn't even include that. That I would consider a Christmas movie, honestly.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
While You Were Sleeping,
I'm not familiar with that.
Sandra Bullock and Bill.
I know the
Pullman.
film. I've never seen it. I, don't think.
it did take place at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between taking place at Christmas time and Christmas being central to the theme.
Yeah, there's movies.
Yeah.
There's movies being watched at Christmas that contain Christmas. That's why I think Die Hard. Die Hard is, I think, a good movie to watch around Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie per se.
Yeah.
But it is one that should be included in your list of Christmas movies.
Yeah.
What about The Ref with Dennis Leary?
The Ref I love. That is one of my favorite movies out there. Has anybody else
great
seen
movie.
The Ref?
Fantastic.
I don't know.
Because
The
no.
title sounds familiar, but what's the
Dennis Leary pretty
backstory?
much is robbing a house, and he ties up the mother and father, and it turns out that he just can't stand them because they're a bickering couple the whole time. It is one of the most hilarious movies I've seen in a long
they're
time.
fully dysfunctional. They should.
Yes.
It's Kevin Spacey and someone I can't remember.
her name.
But they just are going at it.
One of the great movies out there is the rough comedies are good. What about horror movies? Does anybody watch any horror Christmas movies they have to see? And I'm reason I'm bringing it up because Bill brought up a good one, of course, is Krampus. Now, Krampus can be a horror and it cannot be a horror as well, depending on what versions you watch of Krampus. Either way, he's evil. Is there any other horror movies, Silent Night, Deadly Night, stuff like that you feel are Christmas movies?
Comes to
yeah.
mind. Yeah.
That's one.
Do you have to watch those around Christmas? Because you're kind of merging two holidays.
We should.
No.
I haven't watched any of those.
We don't watch anything like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, they don't show it on Hallmark, Brandon.
When I think Christmas, I don't like. I don't. Horror movies don't come to the top of my list first. So
Yeah, same.
But realistically,
Some-
Gremlins kind of is a horror movie.
It kind of is.
That's like a childhood
Mrs.
favorite of mine.
Mrs. Dingle is thrown out the window on her
Right.
chair at high
I
speed.
love the Mogwais. I just want one.
Like they destroy the town. It is on fire by the end of that movie.
They kill people. I mean, that's all. They
bastards.
kill
Right.
people.
Okay, so fair enough. Beyond Gremlins, it's like a warming childhood memory you just tainted now.
Anybody familiar with Anna and the Apocalypse?
Stripe melting in
my
the section
Oh,
of
yeah.
Kmart at the very end.
Dude, Ashley
didn't
just made me
ruin it
watch
for you?
Anna and the Apocalypse last night.
She did.
Oh,
What do
how
you
was
think of it? I love the movie because it starts out High School Musical and finishes zombie flick, and I love that.
Yeah, it's wild. There's nothing like it.
It's
So
very
it was-
unique.
it was a
It's
roller
crazy.
coaster.
Like halfway through the
Funny.
movie, they're singing a song like it's High School Musical, all happy and stuff, and literally behind her the entire time, the entire apocalypse is going on with zombies, and she just doesn't notice it 'cause she's in this happy singing place.
Yeah, she's like,
It's
"I'ma
it's
just
kind of
keep
a cult
singing,
classic.
And it's a
'cause I'ma
Christmas
just keep
movie?
going." Yeah,
Oh yeah, it
it's fun.
takes place on Christmas. It also has to do with Christmas. There's Christmas everywhere. It's a very unique. It's European. I think it's Ireland. I think is where it takes place.
Sounded
But
like
it's
it.
just a really. There's nothing like it, and I'm always big with there's nothing like it. Bill says The Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's on the
Kind of
creepy
both.
side too.
That
It's
could be
Halloween and
both.
Christmas,
Right.
but
Halloween and Christmas, yeah.
I'm one of the few people on the same line as you are, Bill. I don't like that movie. I don't see what the hype is about it.
Yeah, I don't think I've honestly ever watched it from beginning to end.
I
love
have
that
to watch it
movie.
every year because it's my husband's favorite.
Dude, it's great.
Yeah,
I'm
but
okay.
I would debate
alright,
whether
but-
it's a Halloween or Christmas movie.
Well, that's kind of how it was designed, I think.
Yeah,
so
it's
it really
the
fits
best of
both
both
categories.
worlds.
So we watched on Thanksgiving, and it's fine.
Okay, so you watch it in the middle. That works. A Christmas Story. I liked A Christmas Story. I used to think that was an absolutely great movie until TNT got a hold of it.
yeah, and played it for 24 hours.
And 24 hours of A Christmas Story, I'm sorry, is way too fucking much. And they still do
We
it.
watched it on Christmas Day, but just once. because we have the DVD of it.
Yeah, and that's how you want to watch it. Why would you want 20? Because worse than 24 hours of Christmas Story is 24 hours of A Christmas Story with commercials.
They're doing that to Elf
Yeah.
now.
To Elf, they're doing that?
I had
Really?
an uncle's house that played it, and they literally sat and watched it for most of the 24 hours, and it was probably just because none of them were real good at communicating with each other, but that's what they did.
If we stop it, we'll have to talk.
Right, exactly. That was it.
Now, comparing old Christmas movies to newer Christmas movies, do you think we've lost anything with them? Because I think a lot. My opinion on this, of course, is we've lost a lot of heart of Christmas movies. The kind of heart we like. It's a Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, those are some good ones. Those are
People
classics.
people think Holiday Inn is one. I don't think it is because Christmas is literally one scene in that movie.
Yeah.
So I don't count that. But you
I
think
don't know
we've
that
lost it?
I don't know. I think just like nobody could top those top classics. So they've just kind of evolved over time, you know. But if you want that, like, all feeling warm and fuzzy inside, go to Hallmark Channel and then you'll get it.
Yeah. And honestly, there are some of the newer ones that really crushed it. Like, relatively new is Polar Express, and that one's great.
Yes. Oh,
That one
yes.
was really good. Yeah.
Both
Yes.
of the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell as Santa,
Yeah.
they're so good.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
haven't seen those
so
yet.
good.
I've heard they're really good.
Oh,
I have them
so
bookmarked
good.
to watch. They're on my list to watch on Netflix.
Yes, you have to.
Very
have
good.
to.
Very good. Yeah. The second one I wasn't able to watch yet, but the
White
first
Christmas,
one,
another one I forgot about.
White
also
Christmas.
On there. Yeah, absolutely, Debbie.
I have a question. Is there any movies, Christmas movies that are your favorite in terms of the music, like the soundtrack?
Actually, John Hughes' version of Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
I think he had
Matilda?
awesome music selections. Yeah. That's one of the few remakes that I thought he did well. They did well. And I think that was... A lot of people get upset with updates of movies and changes, but you have to carry it to that generation.
Yeah.
Because even though it's a classic then, it was fresh then. It was relatable to that time frame.
Right.
Unlike now. And I thought the way he brought it forward to a modern version of it, you know, to the stores. He shouldn't have changed the store name because Macy's was still around. But I get why they did it. And Richard Attenborough was phenomenal as Santa Claus.
Oh,
On
that's
that one.
fantastic. Yeah.
That's
That's
another one, Santa Claus, with Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Alan, yeah, we watched
Yeah,
those.
the Santa
We
Claus.
watched those, yeah.
All of
We
them?
like the first and the second one. We don't usually watch the third one.
Third one's bad.
Third one,
Yeah.
it was just like, okay, enough already. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So has anybody
And-
seen Fat Man?
No. Have you watched it?
No, I keep wanting to. Just I
Yeah.
can't picture the Mel Gibson thing and the being Santa, and
I'm like intrigued enough that I might watch it.
but not
Right.
intrigued enough to actually hit play.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a funny one too, Badder Santa or Bad Santa.
Sure.
Bad Santa, I liked Badder Santa not as much, but I loved Bad Santa.
Bad
And
I
Santa.
didn't
also-
think I would.
The Bad Moms. There's a Bad Moms.
Bad Moms
I just
Christmas
saw
was
that.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, the sequels on
One with
both of
Mila
those were
Kunis in
kinda
it.
terrible, but
Yeah.
While we're on the funny ones, remember Office Christmas Party? Anybody watch
That was
one?
actually, I enjoyed that one. I thought that one was
think I saw
pretty
that one.
humorous.
Yeah,
That's only a couple years old.
some SNL cast and stuff. It was funny.
Yeah.
That
Because,
movie I couldn't remember. It's called Last Christmas. So
okay.
Last Christmas.
Oh, that's on my list of favorite Christmas movies. I guess I should have watched
I
it.
think I saw that one. Yeah.
That should have been. So the comedies are there, but like I said, we've lost. I don't think we have as many heartwarming ones. What heartwarming ones do you think they're still making? Maybe Last Christmas.
Christmas
'cause I haven't seen
Chronicles
that yet.
ones have some heartwarming.
Yeah,
to it.
I've
Yeah.
heard
Right. I mean, Elf, going back to Elf, which is sort of debatable because a lot of people either like Will Ferrell or they hate him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah, we don't watch it in our house.
I thought
not allowed,
he
it's
was
banned.
sort of in his prime, and you know that's the thing. You got to be open to it in the moment
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you
I'm
watch
not
it.
even like the biggest fan of all of Will Ferrell's stuff, but I love Elf. That one's really good.
I think
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah,
I think
it's not me that hates it. It's my husband.
it's
Yeah.
sweet and it's sincere, and I
Banned it.
think
yeah, it's
they
good.
did a great
It's got
job.
the heartwarming parts.
I'm going to bring that up in a minute, Bill, because when we get to TV,
Ooh.
yeah, we'll talk about some of the TV ones, and those are my favorite episodes. We'll bring that up in a second.
There was. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say there was a very heartfelt one I just watched last night. Prancer. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
thinking it was
yeah.
a cartoon, but who is the guy that plays the dad? He reminds me of a cowboy. He's
I haven't seen that in so long. I'm not sure.
Sam Elliott.
Yes. It was a really sweet movie. I was like,
Built Ford tough.
That's what I was wondering
Stash.
about, where Christmas movies changed and Christmas movies went into the more comedy aspect.
Ford tough.
As soon
Because
as
the
I saw you do
80s,
this, I knew Sam Elliott.
there was Santa Claus the movie, there was Prancer. There was some good ones in the 80s and stuff, but about the 90s, you started getting stuff like Jingle All the Way, in 2000s into Elf and all that stuff.
We watched it.
And I don't know if we forgot about them, but they seem to, they're the money makers, and that's the problem.
yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. 80s we had again Scrooged, which I think that was late 80s.
And you
Might have
can't
been-
forget
Yeah.
Home Alone.
But there's
Yeah,
Home Alone,
Oh,
definitely.
Home Alone.
Scrooge,
Yeah.
though, there was a couple versions of Scrooge. Like Bill Murray
not-
was.
well, Scrooged actually the movie, not Scrooge.
Oh,
Yeah, Scrooge
Oh.
is the
'Cause
regular.
that's all
Scrooge
based
is
on
the
a
Bill
Christmas
Murray.
Carol.
Yeah, but Scrooge is Bill Murray, because I'll never forget. Still to this day, the bitch hit me with a toaster is like my favorite line from any Christmas movie. Bitch hit me with a toaster.
I think one of my most favorite of all the Christmas carols, and I do like Scrooge a lot, but I really like the Muppets version.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Muppets.
That wasn't
It
bad.
is
I actually like the
fantastic.
old.
It's hilarious.
I actually like Mickey's Christmas Carol. Honestly, that's one I
And
actually
we like
liked.
Mickey's too. We watch that one
Yes.
always.
But movies aren't the only ones, because movies we can watch anytime. And nowadays with streaming, you can watch a lot of things anytime. But TV shows were the big one. Those came on once a year.
Yes.
And those were big. And Bill brought up the one that I totally agree with. Married with Children had the best Christmas episodes. I mean, I think it was their first Christmas episode. They literally had Santa fall from a parachute and die in their backyard. It was a stunt. It wasn't the real Santa. But that's going overboard. But my all-time favorite is the one with Sam Kinison, where it's A Wonderful Life, and it's a Wonderful Life take with Sam Kinison, because Sam Kinison was a legendary great.
Yeah.
Debbie brings up the movie For Christmas. I just want to hit that one up really quick, because I have not seen that actually.
I saw it. That's pretty good. Is that the Vince Vaughn and Witherspoon?
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, it's solid. It's funny.
So what makes, we're going to get to more TV shows in a minute, what makes a good Christmas movie for you? Because all our thoughts are probably different. Like, some people, Elf is the way to go because of the comedy, everything involved. Other people, like, if I'm laughing, it doesn't give me the feeling I need. So what aspect is needed to make a good Christmas movie, in your opinion?
I don't know. I kind of like the combination of like a comedy and a drama kind of intertwined. So there's some like laughing, but it's like heartwarming too. Like something special has to happen.
I think I agree. And also for me, music is important as well.
Yeah.
I like when
Yeah,
there's
that too.
a good music. as
You
a
know, I'm
part of it.
surprised there aren't more, I mean, like musicals for Christmas movies. There's not really a lot of them out there, and that's the one time that I think you could take advantage of being a musical is around Christmas time. Because there's so many Christmas songs, and White Christmas did it, Holiday Inn, of course, like I said, did it, but that was a small segment. But there's not a lot out there. Anna and the Apocalypse
There's
is the
Emmett
other one.
Otter's Jug Band Christmas. That's my favorite Christmas movie, I think.
What is it called?
Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. It was
Oh,
released
yeah,
in
I
like the
know.
late 70s, and it
Jim
was played
Henson,
a lot in
right?
the 80s and into the 90s. Yeah, Jim Henson.
Okay.
It was a Jim
I don't
Henson
think I
one.
know that one.
No.
Oh, you
I might
must
have
watch
seen it at
The
some
music's
point.
fantastic.
Probably have,
I love the
yeah.
music. It's very heartwarming. Has a little bit of like there's certain like if you listen, there's certain parts that are funny. You know, I mean, it was intended for kids, but then they have some things in there that are also like, you know.
I think that's kind of
older
important in
people.
Christmas movies. Well, in general, with a lot of family movies, is to throw things in for the adults as well.
Yeah.
Because you need to bring the family together so they'll laugh.
Yeah.
And Cicely and Darren, I don't even know Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. That sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've ever seen it.
I think
What
I've
does
heard
it
of
say about the rest of us humans that all of these movies have to remind us about the spirit of Christmas? It's like every single movie is like,
I know.
listen, you got to do it this way.
Well, the kids got it right because, you know, the kids have that spirit of Christmas
Sure.
within them because they believe. So we need to draw.
Well, we
our
all do
beliefs
until
from
our
them.
parents fuck it up for us. We're like, Santa ain't real. Fuck these
damn
movies.
it. I know. When I became a parent, I did contemplate for a minute, like, do I lie to my kids? Like my parents lied
Yes.
to me? Or,
I don't
and then
think
I
my
was like,
parents
yes,
ever
I
told
can't.
me that Santa wasn't real. I just figured it on my own and then whatever. But my parents actually never said Santa wasn't real, and I still always got like growing up, even as a teenager, presents from Santa.
Yeah.
I just knew it was my mom, you know.
I think
Yeah.
it's important that your kids believe in magic. For
Oh,
a while,
absolutely.
For a while,
Absolutely.
you know,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you've got to keep
before
them
you
on
got to
track with
ground
that.
them, you know.
Yeah.
Do
Absolutely.
you even
okay.
ever have to? Because it's weird. You tell your kids that Santa doesn't exist, and you spend your adult life saying, "Well, he does. He's a spirit," and all this other stuff, and you start to want to believe it again. I think we should just let them keep believing it. Why not?
Yeah.
What's wrong
Sure.
with it?
Right.
What's the harm in it? Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You." Anybody else seen that? I don't know if he's really joking or not. Because I
You're
hate
talking about the music,
song.
though, right?
No, there's actually a movie.
There's
It's
a
on.
movie on it too.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
she
It's I believe it's
acting
an
in it?
No, it's an animated feature, I believe.
Oh,
Oh.
boy.
But the thing is, I hate the song so much. And that's part of being a karaoke person because it is one of my favorite Christmas songs. But hearing
Yeah.
it
So
so
many
much,
people sing it and badly.
and nobody can.
Badly.
like
It's
bad.
Mariah Carey. It's like,
It
Right, you
wasn't
might as well
my
do Whitney
fault.
too.
right.
It was the tequila.
Poor Brandon lost Wi-Fi, but hopefully he'll be back. We're not really sure because he's still commenting, so I don't know if he's back or not. We had another. I thought we had another Christmas one, or about TV shows. Other TV shows that pretty much can nail Christmas.
I can't remember
I know.
TV
I'm
shows
really.
I'm not as...
because I don't watch TV as much, like TV shows as much. So
They're out there.
Wow.
Mariah Carey's hot. I agree with that, but it's animated, so I'm not watching her.
Sure.
Brandon. And Bill's that's what he was saying as well. That's why if Mariah Carey's gonna do a Christmas special, don't call it that fucking song title. Honestly, if you want
Yeah, I
people
mean-
to watch it.
Thankfully, I haven't heard that song enough to despise it. You know, I still enjoy it. I mean, the only time I hear it is around this time. I'll put on Music Choice or whatever and listen to the playlist. But I'm not there yet with it. I don't think I would watch the cartoon, but I think I'm fine with it.
So we go ahead, Nikki.
I was just gonna say something else I like to do, aside from movies, is when like all the different artists make up their own version of the Christmas songs. So, I mean, I could go on and on about everybody's different.
Well, we should have
versions.
included music kind of in this too, because
Yeah.
the music is important. But people hate holiday music this early. People hate holiday music up till fucking Christmas now, and sometimes beyond.
I like it once Thanksgiving's over. That's
Yeah.
when I
I like it after my
That's when I
birthday.
started.
That's my thing. December 6th to January 6th, I'm cool with it. I used to have a rule in my car with all my friends, and they hated me. Of like between January 6th or December 6th and January 6th, all that was allowed in my car was holiday music. And I was a kid. I was a teenager and in my 20s too, so I was really hated, but I didn't care because a lot of it I love.
So going around the board, what's your favorite your one favorite song from Christmas?
Silent
just a
Night
song.
Silent Night is one of my favorite, but I like Jingle Bell Rock. I don't know why. Like
a good
it
one.
takes me back to band days. Like that.
Sure.
That's like a traditional
Right.
marching band song. So I think that's why.
Jamie loves her holiday music, and I wish a lot more people did because it's just some great music. I think
Yeah.
one thing is the radio stations play the same damn shit
Yeah.
repeatedly, so you don't get a lot of variety. For
I
me,
really
there's
like,
three. Oh, go ahead, Millie. You first.
I was going to say, I really like, well, my chorus previously did a version of Do You Hear What I Hear that I really, really liked. It was a really cool arrangement, and that's honestly probably my favorite. And then of like, just hearing on the radio, I don't know. I really like Josh Groban's Oh Holy Night.
That's a beautiful version. It's a beautiful version. Do You Hear What I Hear wasn't on my list, I'll get panned for this, but I absolutely love the version of Do You Hear What I Hear that was done with Rosie O'Donnell on a Rosie Christmas special. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
I did
It was
not.
Elmo and Rosie, and it was such a cool version of that song, and I hated Elmo. And I won't say I wasn't a fan of Rosie O'Donnell. I did like her at the time in her show and stuff like that. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, of course, is one.
Yeah, that's classic.
Classic. We'll get to the White Trash Christmas on the TV show. Very true, Bill. Roseanne, I was going to bring that one up because Roseanne's one I like Roseanne for almost all holiday shows when they were out. As far as Christmas music that Gabe was asking, there's kind of three categories. The single song that I love remade. I love Rock Around the Christmas Tree, but I love Alabama's version of that song, and it's so unknown, and it's a great
I
version
don't think
of
I've
that
heard
song.
their version. I like that song a lot.
It's a really
I've never heard the version.
upbeat version of the song. It's really cool. Mariah Carey, her version of most Christmas songs, even though All I Want for Christmas Is You is on there, and I still think it's a good song, it's just overdone. Her versions of Joy to the World, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and a lot of those are just amazing versions.
Yeah.
And the way Joy to the World, she combined the Three Dog Night with the Christmas one. But ultimately, if I want to feel Christmas, I don't use lyrics. I go Mannheim Steamroller, Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So-
when I'm pulling up. I'm sorry, Gabe, but that's
No,
when
sure.
I'm pulling up the Nutcracker. Like, that's like, you know, I need some
We usually
classical
play
in my
the-
soul.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra. We usually play them. And then our other albums we like to play that aren't classical. We play Amy Grant. She had some really
yes.
good.
Amy
Christmas.
Grant is a great Christmas singer.
We love for Christmas, and we usually will do Josh Groban, and I like Michael Bublé. It's Christmas stuff.
I think we have
And
a lot of
I like
fans of
Pentatonic
Trans-Siberian.
Christmas stuff, and then the Trans-Siberian's the other. Those
So
are
what
the
about
ones we
you,
usually
Gabe?
play
You didn't
with
answer,
people.
so.
So for me, anything from the Rat Pack doesn't really expire with me as far as getting sick of it. So anytime Frank Sinatra or
Yeah.
Tony Bennett.
So
or,
what
Dean
Christmas
Martin.
songs really are there from the Rat Pack?
Tony
it's-
Bennett did a bunch.
Yeah, a ton of them. So did Frank Sinatra, and
Yeah.
that's all I hear.
I'm just talking like the
the-
cover. Those are like the cover ones,
They're
but I
just
mean, which one that
standards.
was the most popular? Do you think? Because I mean, that doesn't include obviously Bing Crosby and
like Frank
Irving
Sinatra
Berlin.
doing White Christmas, probably. You know, there's a ton.
So you like his version of White Christmas over Bing Crosby?
I would say so.
What about the Drifters?
I like. I don't know if I.
That's the one from Home Alone. Do 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 do
That's
do
all right.
do do.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I actually like that version. I think that's kind of a cool version.
And then my
Ooh,
other
Jan Arden.
my
Oh
other
God.
favorite song, I always hear it
choice.
around Christmas, is Chris Cornell's version of Ave Maria.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've heard his version of that yet.
it's
That's gotta be.
Gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Look it up. after
Speaking
you
of the music
get
on
off
there,
here tonight.
Jamie used to, and his mom used to go out for drives and sing Christmas music at the top of your lungs, as you should. I actually used to always, every year, made it a point to go into Myers and Walmart in the middle of the night, and we would, with a group of people, do nothing but sing Christmas through the aisles.
Oh, that would be
And it was
fun.
so fun, and it pissed so many people off. It was just, we loved it. Back to
My
TV
friend-
for a second. Oh, go ahead, Millie, first.
I'll just say, my friend Sarah, she for many years has had a tradition of getting a group of people together. Usually it's the same day as a Christmas party, and going around her neighborhood, whatever neighborhood she
Christmas
happens to
caroling?
live in, and Christmas caroling, whether the neighbors want it or not.
I want to do that so bad. I've been talking about this for a hot minute now. I want to go Christmas caroling. I miss it.
I know.
I remember as a little
fun.
girl, Christmas carolers coming to our door.
we know enough people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they'd bring that back. Now's not the year to do it, but I wish they'd bring that back.
Yeah.
Why?
Definitely.
Socially distanced.
Sure.
No, you need that
but
group
no
of
one-
Christmas carolers, but you know, those
Wear a
COVID
fucking
people
mask.
do not want to open the door and see 20 people
No.
breathing onto them.
Yeah. Knocking on doors in general is probably a bad
Yeah,
idea
right.
already.
Family Guy, one of my all-time favorite, especially cartoon Christmas things, is the Family Guy episode Road to the North Pole with Stewie and Brian. It's an hour-long episode. The opening song alone of that show is hilarious and awesome. It's just really funny. Taxi, I was never a fan of the show Taxi. I know a lot of people like it. I never really got into it the same. I don't know about the Christmas episode. Did anybody see that Christmas episode?
Oh, that's an old show. You're talking. I was young when that show was out.
Whatever.
I don't
Never-
remember. I barely listened to it, so I don't really
I was
remember
young.
a lot.
I never
Rugrats.
understood Andy Kaufman. I just couldn't get into it.
That was my thing with it. I was never a fan of Taxi, basically because of him. The Andy Griffith Show had a good Christmas special. They did. I wasn't alive during that, but I still know the show, Nikki.
I watched reruns of it. We watched reruns of it.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
it was
I
on,
Love
it was on
Lucy.
Netflix. Yeah.
I Love Lucy
I
was a
Love
good one to
Lucy
do
was
it.
fun.
The Wonder Years, Kevin's Gift for Winnie. What was Kevin's Gift for Winnie? I don't remember that one.
Virginity.
That's what I was thinking it might be.
I don't know.
And the candlelit service at the church, as far as the music goes and stuff, that's awesome. Church, religious or not, do you think Christmas has lost its way movie-wise? Do you think a lot of movies are struggling to the point? Do you make your movie religious or do you make it family Christmas?
I mean,
A great movie is like The Preacher's Wife.
Yeah.
That kind of combines them both, and that's a very great.
Religion has definitely been removed out of a lot of places, sadly, and movie making is one of them. Needs to be brought back, in my opinion.
I think, well, no, I do believe it. I mean, we don't have any religious topics really on here. But
Yeah.
as far as Christmas goes, I mean, Christ Mass, the birth of Christ, it's in the title.
Yeah.
So it does kind of belong a little bit, too, in Christmas movies.
Yeah.
But I do agree that it doesn't have to be shoved down your throat in all of them.
Right.
So I think they're making the
agree.
right move there, but there's not a lot that really embrace both. Like I said,
Right.
Preacher's Wife did, but there's not a lot that does embrace both anymore.
Home Alone kind of showed, a little bit where he went to the church with the
yeah.
old neighbor.
And I thought that was a beautiful take on it,
Yeah,
the way he described it. Because
definitely.
he was even talking, do you believe? No, I believe in something,
Yeah.
It gives you peace, it gives you something
Yeah.
to look forward to.
So you talking about that actually gave me chills because it reminded me of this movie called Joyeux Noel, which
Yeah.
is a war movie. Have you seen that?
Yes, that I have.
It's
I
based
know
on
the
a
title.
true story.
I've heard of
Yeah.
it, but I've never actually seen the movie.
With the advent of World War I, Europe is thrown into a brutal, vicious chaos as men forced to kill the men.
You're not allowed
and-
to just read the synopsis. You're
Okay.
supposed to tell us you've seen it.
So essentially, they're in trenches across a battlefield, and it falls on Christmas. And
Oh, I did see that movie.
right,
Yeah.
it's
I did.
beautiful,
I was thinking I
beautiful.
hadn't seen it.
I
did
feel
see
like
it.
I
yeah.
have.
Right.
My grandpa always, when my grandpa was in charge to babysit us, he would take us to the movies and make us sit through subtitle movies and war movies, which whatever. I have great memories of going to the movies with my grandpa, but I probably saw it. Is my point.
WKRP, another one. A lot of these shows I used to watch, by the way. Bill's got a large plethora of shows he knows and movies. I don't remember the episode, but I used to watch that show all the time, so I'm sure I've seen it at some point.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. I just don't remember specific episodes.
As noticed, of course, Brandon even remembers Andy Griffith. Nikki, I just want to don't do that age thing again to us, okay?
Yeah.
We don't like that.
Hey,
Doesn't
now.
The Simpsons usually have Christmas
Yeah.
specials too?
They
Yeah.
have. My favorite still is probably the very first Christmas episode with Santa's, where they got Santa's Little
Santa's
Helper.
Little Helper,
I
sure.
feel like I sort of remember a Happy Days Christmas.
Oh, Happy
movie.
Days had a few of them.
I was like,
Oh, a movie? I don't know.
No, I mean in show, in whatever. I don't know what I just said. I was thinking like I was in utero when it happened. I'm kidding.
I actually do like the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, and I like a lot of their Christmas music. Anybody else know of them?
No.
I think I've heard
I've
them.
heard them.
Sure, people have heard of them. I actually like their music. It's very churchy in a sense, but it's really well done.
Sure.
Yeah.
It is. I was going to bring this one up, Bill. Holiday Armadillo with Friends. You can't forget that one. Mormon Tabernacle for the music. It's a beautiful choir. They do some great stuff. I don't think it's really one to get down and really put you festive, but just feel good, like it's a background music that's
Yeah.
good. What about South Park and Mr. Hanky?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh.
That was a great episode on there. It brought Jews to the spotlight. It was The Lonely Jew on Christmas was the song, and it was just because they were groundbreaking. South Park. I mean, Simpsons was groundbreaking, but South Park said, "Oh,
Yeah.
you think hold my beer?" You know,
Right.
We got this. The movies. Have I ever seen the movie? I'm just curious. It's not brought up yet. Is Mixed Nuts. It's a very underrated movie, and it's a fantastic holiday movie. It's just multiple stories brought together in one, but it's got Steve Martin in it, Madeline Kahn. It's a really cool kind of laugh out loud movie. There's death, there's people tied to Christmas trees, there's fun, there's heartwarming stuff. It's one of those crazy kind of romps, and that's a
Yeah.
really good term.
Ooh, there was a really
Hill,
good
Hey
one.
Arnold, all good.
A really good one. I think it's called Family Jewel, maybe.
I've heard
and
of it.
It's got God, I can't think of his name. He's got like a broken nose.
Mickey Rourke.
No, it's not Mickey Rourke. I can't think of. I'm so
Owen
bad
Wilson?
at. Yes, he's in it, and then the girl from Sex and the City, the big main character. is in it.
Sarah Jessica.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, it's a very sweet movie in the end. If you haven't seen it, sorry for being a spoiler, but the mom dies, and it's just very, it's like a blend of like romance and comedy and drama all in Christmas, all in one.
How about franchises that go into Christmas? For movies, like Harold and Kumar did a Christmas one.
Oh yeah.
Ernest Saved Christmas.
Jeff
watched that one.
Dunham.
We have the Ernest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one. I wasn't
You think-
crazy about the Harold and Kumar.
Harold and Kumar. That's what I was
like
wondering, because franchises I don't think seem to hit it as well, but certain ones hit the mark, and National Lampoon for sure, I think,
Yeah.
for me, hit the mark. It is
Yeah.
the only movie I think in my entire life where I can watch a pussycat get fried and see nothing but the stain and love it.
Yeah. You know, that movie I didn't like right away. Because I thought it was sort of a disappointment after the first two.
See, I
And
didn't like
then-
European, so for me it brought it back.
And then
Yeah,
it sort
I
of
didn't like European.
and then it sort of grew back for me the more I watched it.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a top.
yeah.
Gotta play that one.
That's like my top Christmas movie, honestly,
Yeah.
to watch. That and Miracle on 34th Street, those are my two. Because I get both sides. I get kind of the heartwarming
Yeah.
one, I get the laugh out loud funny, and there's a lot of ones I'll watch as
Yeah.
well. There was another franchise one I was thinking of, but I'm not thinking of it now, so it doesn't matter. We never actually finished, too, what actually makes the Christmas movie for the ones that didn't answer. What makes you feel the most Christmas? You said the music, Millie, right?
The
Music does
spirit
it for
of
you.
it. Everybody knows the spirit of Christmas, you know. So
Well, the
it's
spirit's kind of surrounding them all.
right. So it's the balance of either a lot of these movies sort of start out with a cynic and sort of they resolve themselves and sort of join the rest of society in the spirit of Christmas by the end of it. And it's sort of about rediscovering that, is rediscovering the childhood sort of nature of,
Hi, Danielle. Glad to
of
have
the
you.
Christmas spirit, you know.
But I think that's just a standard that needs to be in a Christmas movie. in
Right,
a
but I
sense.
think it's how well you execute it.
But what I mean is, as far as your feeling inside, like, do you feel that a Christmas movie for you is one that makes you laugh all the way through? It's still probably got the spirit in it. Or you
Sure.
think it's one that makes you kind of just pulls you in and makes you feel something inside more than anything? It's not about the laughter. It's not about the humor. Where do you think just thinking of your top Christmas movies,
Right.
where would they rank in there? You think it's the comedy?
Well, yeah, mine is definitely Scrooged.
Well, Scrooge
Scrooge.
is so far up there.
I mean, Home Alone. Home Alone's fantastic too. Those are great.
Millie,
movies.
I know you
That's
got to
my
go
favorite.
for a minute.
Yeah.
Millie, so we'll bring you back in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right. So Scrooge is Scrooge. I just will never get over Scrooge because Scrooge is the shit. That's Bill Murray back in that day just knew how to act, but
Yeah.
not now because like a very Murray Christmas or what it is. He released a special recently about that, and that was just weird.
Sophia Coppola directed it.
For me, it's about the wonderment. It's about the heart thing, and I do think kids belong in Christmas movies by far. I don't think they
Yeah.
can ever pull off the same thing without having kids in Christmas movies.
No, yeah, definitely.
So we've hit some of the TV shows and the music, and what else do we have? What else is there? Anything else besides the movies and the music that you do to get you in the mood for Christmas?
I think it's sort of like, I don't want to call it like the pomp and circumstance, but the, like all the traditions that some once existed, like the Christmas caroling or the gatherings or the family traditions of going to get the tree, or the decorating, just all the
No, the
stuff
reason
to
I'm
bring in
asking is has any of that stuff been inspired by scenes from a Christmas movie that makes you kind of want that event, you want that moment, makes you want to drive under a Mack truck with a Christmas tree?
I wish I owned a television.
Not quite
company.
that.
I'm just like curious where they, because I went to Partridge Creek Mall, is an outdoor mall for those that don't know, here in Michigan. And it's really, I went there one year, it was Black Friday, because I'm like, I want to go out Black Friday. And I didn't care. And I walked through the mall, and it was snowing, and they had Christmas music playing. It was kind of a heavy snowfall, and it reminded me of a scene from It's a Wonderful Life, and it totally just made me want to do that.
Yeah.
Made me want to go out on Christmas, and I want to experience that. You put a fake pickle in your tree for your kids to find for the extra present.
Yeah, that's a German thing, I think, right, Danielle?
I'm not familiar with that.
I think it's a German tradition. I got a pickle one year as a gift, and I was like, what in the hell is this? A pickle ornament? It was
I'm
like a
sending that
Christmas
back.
ornament.
I have one. I got it from a coworker. She gave everyone.
Did
one
she
of those.
explain it to you?
No.
Hopefully.
So you just got a pickle?
Here's a
Because that
pickle.
can be taken several different ways.
Yeah, I think what Danielle said, whoever finds the pickle in the tree gets the gift, and then the next year they hide it.
I don't see how smart that is because I don't want kids rummaging through my beautiful Christmas tree.
I know. Yeah, it is kind of, but I don't know.
Thankfully, it's fake.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
not
a
a real
fake pickle.
pickle. It's
They wouldn't want to
Yeah.
forget
an
about that.
ornament.
But
Yeah,
you could
it
get those crazy kids who are like, maybe
Right,
it's
they're
a
going to go
year.
everywhere and
Yeah.
just knock them everywhere. I have hard enough time with my cats and dogs dealing with that.
The cat.
Right. Cats. Oh, little shits.
So we're a cat lover over there.
I mean, I love cats, but when it comes to Christmas trees, those little suckers, man, they're
yeah.
brutal.
Well, one of the cats is way too fat to get up in the tree anymore. So she's
Doesn't mean
pretty
they
much
don't
lays
try.
Under it. No, she doesn't anymore. She just lays under it. That's it. It's the other one that's younger. But
Yeah, the more playful.
yeah,
Whatever.
she's not been actually as bad as I've seen other cats in the past, or one cat when she was younger.
What is your...
but-
We've talked about a lot of stuff that we like in movies, and so we're talking about Christmas trees. When you're decorating the Christmas tree, what's in the background? Is it movies or is it
Christmas
music?
Music.
It's always music,
Music.
for you?
Always.
Yeah, music.
Is there certain songs you have to play, or is it just random?
I just put on the
Music.
holiday
choice.
channel, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
For me, it's usually I gotta have
Sounds
the
of the seasons.
movies. But in the same token, I pick movies with music, and I'm really pissed off, by the way, because I need Queen Latifah in a Christmas movie. I really do.
Oh,
She
I
did
love
that
Queen
last
Latifah.
holiday movie, and I was so disappointed because I thought, ooh, Latifah, she's going to sing Christmas songs. It's going to be a great movie, and I watched it. It was a great movie. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, this is not what I want. I need Queen Latifah in
Yeah.
a Christmas movie. Just putting that out there. Queen Latifah, if
Yeah.
you're watching, well, thank you. And get in a Christmas movie.
I want to say she was in a couple, but
I can't think of any. Last Holiday is the closest I can come to, which started out on Christmas.
I have to do some research on Queen Latifah now.
So, any other movies that are not related to Christmas that you think are Christmas movies to watch? I know some people's like Annie was one, and Annie I think has to do with the stage play. Had a lot to do with Christmas, but the actual movie did not. The
Sure,
original
yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Shirley Temple is one that I feel like I recall, like back as a little girl, I would see at Christmas time.
There was a movie where she got the presents would appear
Yeah.
and stuff. Oh, I can't remember what it was
I'm
called.
thinking of
I
one
love
like
that
she-
movie though.
Yeah. She was like living in an orphanage and her dad was
because
a
her-
soldier.
Older, yes, that's it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called though.
Back to the Christmas tree. She brought her the Christmas mix to play, but the tree is more on to her. That's the problem with cats. They've got to climb. We used to have to tie our tree up so they wouldn't knock it over.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and she likes jazz music as well. Putting it on there. So, any other movies you can think out there that really aren't Christmas, but you
One
gotta
thing on
watch
this
around
list-
Christmas?
That I love is Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
You know,
watched
I
that
can.
for
That's not a
Halloween.
Christmas movie, but I agree. It's kind of one to watch on Christmas.
But
Yeah.
the soundtrack to that, I used to listen to every night going to bed, and that, like, because of obviously the visuals of that movie and stuff like that, that haunting music definitely reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watch it at Halloween every year.
Yeah, yeah.
Family Vacation.
Oh, Christmas with the Cranks.
See, I was
Oh,
not
yeah,
big on
that's
that
one.
one.
We watched
I was not
that
big on that one.
too.
Which is weird because I love Jamie Lee.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it
But
was
I'd
cute.
rather see Jamie Lee in
Okay.
Trading Places, which again I consider that is the whole movie takes place between Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, one of my all-time favorite, and I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. Anybody used to watch the Amazing Stories back in the
Yeah,
80s?
the one where he gets locked up.
That was one of my all-time favorite Christmas episodes. Was Santa getting locked up, and the kid still believes nobody else does, and you see Rudolph, and it's just
Right.
such a beautiful special. And I think Twilight Zone pulled that off too.
Yeah.
Early. They've done a couple versions of the Twilight Zone Christmas episode. Those are really good because those shows are not willing to go into the fantasy, or not willing to go into the fantasy. They
Right.
hit it hard, and they're
Right.
so heartwarming. But yeah, the Americans, it fucked me up. The Amazing Stories one. because I used to try to find that every single year, and I couldn't because I always thought I watched it on Alfred Hitchcock Presents or The Twilight Zone because they were both on at the same time. And I never found it. And then finally, I watched Amazing Stories through. I'm like, oh my god, there's the episode, and I fell in love again. Absolutely love that. Ernest, we talked about Ernest earlier. There is Notebook a Christmas movie?
No, not really. It's not even like Christmassy related, but maybe she was answering your question like what she watches that's not Christmas.
Okay. Oh yeah, The Notebook. Okay, that makes sense.
It is a very warm. That's one of my favorite.
It's the
like,
feel
love
good
stories.
movies because sometimes I think
Yeah.
around the holidays you just want to feel good.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't always have. Sometimes you're sick of Christmas, but you want to watch a movie that still makes you feel good inside, and I think
Yeah.
that's important. And you've missed in the past few years. Yeah, a lot of the movies. Well, things are just changing right now, and I do think streaming has gotten out of hand when it comes to that. It's still cool. It's still awesome. I know, but I still pick on streaming just because you don't have that moment to wait for this thing to come on TV where you get together.
Yeah.
It got really quiet. Did we lose anybody? Okay.
No, mine cut out for a second. My microphone is garbage.
Okay. Well. Okay. What, the new one? The Snowball?
Yeah. If I turn it, it disconnects and mutes me. It'll, yeah.
Oh.
I have to unplug it when I turn my laptop on. Otherwise, my laptop won't come on.
Weird.
Well, we had actually background noise, and it's gone now. So whatever you
Yeah.
switched to worked.
Yeah.
I just was accepting it. What was the other Christmas or gotta watch? What about Thanksgiving movies? I said Miracle on 34th Street, which is not a Christmas movie. It's a Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah.
More. Do you think Thanksgiving movies should be watched? Since I was wrong in saying that technically, as far as a Christmas movie, like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, I love that movie.
Is it really Christmas though?
But at the
I
end
would
of
watch. I don't think. I would watch it. You know, I don't know.
I think
Well,
there's
Planes, Trains, and
some...
Automobiles. He gets home on Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Oh, does
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, that's the end of the movie. It is Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Another one is Dutch,
Oh, I love
which
Dutch too.
I love Dutch
Yeah.
too, and I still think that qualifies as kind of a holiday movie because the spirit's there. But people argue it.
Well, I kind of think like Goonies, if we're talking about like the spirit of, like Goonies is kind of in that category a little bit. Like, yes? No?
I would never actually put it under the Christmas. I wouldn't think, well, not being
I
a
don't think
Christmas
it's a
movie, but one
holiday
to
movie.
watch.
Yeah, there's
I
no
mean,
snow
no,
in
but
it.
it's like bringing that spirit
It's in
of
Washington.
like,
You need snow.
it's
Or
like
it's
bringing
in-
that spirit though. It's kind of, I don't know. Never mind.
Well, no,
No,
it's
I
fine.
understand-
That's what we're
I hear
talking
what-
about. I get what you're saying.
Right.
For me, it doesn't work. But no, I understand. That's the point of asking of what movies that are not
For the
Christmas.
spirit of youth.
But still, yeah, and
Right,
youth
of
can
course.
definitely do it. Casper had a Christmas one, I believe, on that one. I don't know if you're talking about the original Casper, and it's kind of got. I could see that being a Christmas feeling in Casper, the original Casper on there.
I think there was a Casper Christmas.
There was, I think it was
Special.
Spirited Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
Secondhand Lions, that was a good movie. And Bill Pace says he will always like the classics. I got to stand by the classics. There's nothing has compared, no matter, as much as I loved Scrooged, there's still something about the original Christmas carols.
Yeah.
And the remakes, the different versions of It's a Wonderful Life and stuff like that. There's still something about those originals that just make them magic. And I
Now, has
totally-
everyone here watched It's a Wonderful Life all the way through?
Oh,
From
yeah.
start to finish?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's been a long time.
Yeah. Same here.
Why do you ask that? Have you?
I probably have. But I've missed, not in the past 20 years, probably.
Is there no more Charlie? Are you talking about Charlie Brown? There's no more on TV this year?
No, they changed that. There was
Yeah.
a lot of controversy around
They
it.
took it back from Apple, I thought. I thought it was still going to be on.
I
Maybe
think
it's
that-
not because it's already scheduled and it's just going to
I
take
think
place
it-
next year.
I think they were scheduling one time for it to come on instead of it coming on multiple times.
Right.
Like-
They were. Yeah, there was an uproar, and thankfully they changed it. So, because it wasn't going to be on at all. So,
I'm glad
Yeah,
people
I
are speaking
think-
out with that stuff. I really am.
check your local listings.
Check your little. Oh, yeah. You'll get to watch it. I love the Charlie Brown Christmas, and they're so cheesy and they're so stupid, and I freaking love them so much.
Well, it's just
Well,
like
it's
part
philosophy.
of the staples. Like Rudolph is a staple. Frosty is a staple.
Santa
One
Claus
of
is
the-
coming to town.
Yeah, there's like a few staple You just gotta have them.
All right, so we're gonna do one last thing here because we're running out of time. Well, not that we really have a time limit, but we've covered a lot right now. So the people out there watching this who are looking for great Christmas movies and stuff like that, I want each person here to name 2 movies you think they definitely have to watch. Do not repeat what the other person says. I'll definitely go last to make it easier on everybody else. So because you're gonna pick them, but somebody who might possibly be looking for a movie they've never heard of, even if they have seen it, but something out there that is not so well known. You know, everybody knows Elf and stuff like that. So we'll start with I'm going to make Gabe go later too, because Gabe's got a much bigger plethora of movies as well. So we're going to start with Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Millie.
Okay. Obviously, I'm going to say Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. It's my favorite, and I know it's not as well known. So
Oh,
I
that's okay. That's a
definitely
good
highly
one.
recommend that one. I'm not. Most of the other ones that I watch are ones everybody knows, though. So
Well, I mean, just what do you? I mean, if you don't have one that's unique, but what is one you think people know them sometimes, and there's still people who haven't seen them or don't think about them anymore.
maybe I
We've
think
s-
my other favorite is the Muppets Christmas Carol. I
So you
really
have
do
to-
like it.
So those are your 2, Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who have not seen the Muppets Christmas Carol, so that's a good one too, because it's Muppets, and Muppets was having its big thing of coming out with a movie for every occasion for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the big ones. What about you, Nikki?
Oh, so 2. I'm gonna say one has to be Prancer. I think there's a very good lesson in that
Damn it.
movie.
Okay.
She stole yours.
And I'm
Here's the
gonna
backup.
stick with Gremlins because Gremlins is a staple in my house, and whether you know it, you don't know it, you gotta watch it.
For sure.
Gremlins is good. That's 2 that I had for backup. All right. Good on Uncle's Gremlins would want. Yeah, if you haven't, and there are people out there now that haven't seen Gremlins, because we forget Gremlins is 25 years old.
My
yeah.
own children.
No,
and I was
35 years
like-
old. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my own children hadn't seen it, and I was like, "What? I failed you. You have to sit down and
Yeah.
watch it."
On there. Okay, Gabe, let's go to you.
So for mine is, we've sort of already discussed these already. So, definitely hold on. No, that's not it. Yeah, Joy Noel.
So,
This one.
yeah.
Oh, here we got something here. All right, what do we do?
Yeah. So
Oh,
that
the
one
Joy
right
Noel.
there.
Yeah, thank you for the visual aids always,
Yeah,
Why can't
definitely.
everybody else be on top of that shit?
I don't know how to do that.
So
I'm on my
definitely,
phone.
so definitely,
I-
this movie. It's I've had completely forgotten about it, and now I think I'm gonna watch it tonight if I can get it, because it's a wonderful
That's a-
done, true story about, and that really captures the.
I have seen that, but
The
I totally have
Christmas
forgotten
spirit.
about that movie. So those that
Me
haven't seen
too.
it, that is a great choice to actually watch.
Yeah, I don't want to tell you the ending, but it's a
What's
happy
what's
one.
your other one, Gabe?
Then obviously anything, I mean, Scrooge is just my other movie. If you haven't seen Scrooge,
Again, that's one. Scrooge is definitely one to watch. Okay, so you all fucked me over,
yeah.
big time on there.
So you got
Hey,
Santa
you
Claus
put
in the movie.
Before I
yourself
go
last,
through
man.
this,
You put
I know I
yourself
did.
last.
I didn't think you were going to be that good. Before I go through mine, I want "Baby It's Cold Outside" back on the radio. Oh my God, so true, Danielle. People are getting fucking nuts when it comes to what is allowed and what's not allowed.
I know.
It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Date rape does belong on Christmas.
I think that's why I love Elf so much, is because that song is in Elf. She's singing it in the shower, and her voice is brilliant. I love her voice.
I think Rudolph is gone too. I miss the drummer boy. Rudolph's gone too. That sucks.
What?
And the little drummer boy. I didn't know Rudolph wasn't going to be aired.
I don't know. We have
Going
the
to
DVDs.
Bill.
I haven't watched on TV in a long time.
Bill, George C. Scott, I think, was the best version of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
I like
We watched
Picard
that
too.
one.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, Patrick Stewart, that was a good one. But I thought George C. Scott was great. I thought that was one of the best versions out there, personally, for me.
For sure.
Danielle in agreement with Nikki Prancer, for sure. Jan, as far as movies that are not Christmas, Sister Act, I agree with that one. I can see where Sister Act is,
Yeah.
kind of a feel-good Christmas movie. Great music on there. You got the church setting, you got all that, and just it's a feel-good movie.
Right.
Bill likes that movie but can't stand Whoopi anymore. Yeah, Whoopi is a flavor.
Yeah, I wish she was in more stuff. I'm glad she's in The Stand coming up, because
yeah, I
I've
can't wait to
always,
see that one.
I don't know why, I've always enjoyed her movies.
All right, so my 2 movies to go continuing
do
on
one.
here. So the one for sure that I think people have to watch if they have not watched it, just for the sheer joy of the cult classic gig to see it, you got to try Anna and the Apocalypse sometime.
Yeah.
Anna and the Apocalypse is just a very unique movie. And my other one would be, if you have not seen Mixed Nuts, watch Mixed Nuts.
Okay.
And most people haven't. Those two movies, Steve Martin, Mixed Nuts, great film, very holiday cheery. It's just, but it's fun. It's just a fun movie. And that's what I like, is I like a lot of the fun stuff. So we got, Sister, I like, now I want to watch Sister Act, by the way. I love that movie. That makes me happy.
And the second,
I like it
Lauryn
too.
Hill sings.
That was like
Fantastic
Whoopi's
movie.
heyday. Oh, the second one I thought was great too.
Yeah.
It was absolutely another. You know what else? Like Joyful Noise is one that came out, and I think that's got it on there. That's not Christmassy, but it's got that feel good. I think church movies have a lot to do with the Christmas aspect, and probably because what we were talking about earlier is the fact that a lot of the religious aspects have left Christmas movies.
Yeah.
So church movies help get you. And I still got to try it. Danielle, Bill's on the panel. Don't say shit like that, okay? I was like,
So
okay,
in
gotta
that
be careful.
same vein, August Rush would probably mix.
ooh,
would
August
probably go in there.
Rush.
One
What a
thing I
fantastic
can
movie.
say though that I have noticed about I don't like segregating the like a race, but the African American community has a lot of like holiday kind of vibes in their movie, and they do bring in the religious, and they
Yes.
do, you know, they intermingle it all, and it's like family dynamics and support, like it's
Sure.
you know, they're all great movies for
I
that feel good.
For
completely.
everyone, yeah.
P.S. I Love You. That's a
P.S.
nice
I
movie.
Love You,
Yeah.
that's my favorite movie.
And then Love Actually.
Love Actually.
Love Actually. So there's quite a few out there that we can go
Family
through. Now,
Man is another one with
Family Man. I forgot about
yeah,
Family
with-
Man.
Yeah.
What's
you
his
know,
face?
I always ask if
Nicolas
people watch
Cage.
that movie, and like, I never get a yes. So it's nice to see that two other people
Yeah.
have seen that movie.
That's because
Yeah,
where
I'm
Nick
not-
Cage was starting to just be, oh, fucking Nick Cage again.
Right. But
Like,
I
there's
that's
never
good ones,
remember
you
the
know?
movie titles, so I don't know if I've seen it or not.
Right. I know, I'm the same way. I'm
I
trying
know
to, like,
I've seen it.
wrap
I don't
my-
remember it very clearly. I remember I really liked it, but I don't really remember it clearly. I've only seen it like once.
It's essentially a take on It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, it's where you weren't. Yeah, where his life has changed. I remember
Right.
vaguely.
Like
Yeah,
being
exactly.
reminded of what to appreciate in life, basically. Like
I think
that,
I probably
you know.
have seen it.
Yeah, he sort of wakes up.
But
and
still,
he's
if you're gonna
got
watch
a
a
wife
take-
and kids.
On It's a Wonderful Life, you got to watch It's a Bundyful Life from Married with Children. That's totally the one. I mean, because they kind of ripped the genre apart. At the end, Sam Kinnison's like, I was supposed to tell you why you should live, but I can't think of one damn reason. So, I mean, it's just a great take. Story time with Adam Sandler.
That's a good one.
Any movies before we really hit on that, because Adam Sandler brought it up. We talked about the non-Christmas movie. What about Hanukkah movies? 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah, 8 Crazy Nights.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Are there any other Hanukkah movies?
I don't know.
I'm just curious.
sure there's
I'm
a
sure there
bit- I
I
are,
think that's
but
why he
I feel
brought
like
that
it's
out,
like
because there just
dreidel,
wasn't a
like
lot
Yeah.
of
something,
options.
something to
Yeah.
do with the dreidel in the title, I'm sure, but
Sure.
I'm
and
Sorry.
bedtime stories. So yeah, these are all great movies to watch. So we've mentioned a lot of Christmas movies. I'm not going to do a final word on this one because I think we've done really good right now. Not really much I can tell you that you haven't heard already, and you know your Christmas movies. Everything that everybody's commented as well. You've got some great movies. You especially helped out a lot with the whole movies that put you in the spirit, but aren't necessarily Christmas movies. Because let's face it, especially after shopping, sometimes you're like, I don't want Christmas shoved in my face at this moment.
right.
But I do want to settle and feel good while I'm wrapping gifts or
Right.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
You
I
wanna
have
get
to
in
do
spirit.
that.
You wanna, because you know we're all in our little methods, you know, our little routines, and I think Christmas does a very good job of pulling us out of that for just a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the thing that I think we were talking, just like our Halloween show, Thanksgiving and stuff like that, is you still need these holidays. You need these
you
moments
do. It's
Yeah.
a
to
moment
pull
of
you away
sanity.
from reality.
Yeah.
Even if it's not going the way we want to right now. We need those
Right.
holidays. You got to be pulled back to
Yeah.
realize what's most important. And I do think Christmas movies are the most powerful with that because Halloween's about scaring you. You got to have the feeling of Halloween. But Christmas is the one that truly says, don't forget family and love.
Yeah.
You know, remember it's out there. Don't forget to believe. Don't forget to have faith on there,
Right.
which is great. Today's topic, of course, was holidays on screen. Great topic. I actually enjoyed talking about these Christmas movies. I didn't think I was going to find movies I have not seen or I had forgotten about, and you definitely gave me a few out there. Every one of you gave me a movie that I have not seen or have forgotten about that I want to see, so that was awesome. Our next topic is going to be an adopted family. That is on Wednesday. That is one show before our final show of the year, which is our actual Christmas show on the 20th. This Wednesday is about an adopted family. It's going to be whether you have been raising an adopted kid, whether you are an adopted kid. How do you get through, especially the reason we're putting this around the holidays. First of all, it is a little deeper topic, but holidays change a lot of times for adopted people. They don't feel the same, especially the kids who are adopted more than the parents. And there's struggles that are associated with it, especially if you have other children in the house that are not adopted. So we're going to talk about those things and just how they get through it. If you have any input on that, we'd appreciate hearing it, especially from our chat group, because, again, I cannot say it enough, and I will say it every time, the show is not the same without you. You are the heart of our show, and just this chat panel with so many interesting items on here. It's horror movie every night in my house. Well, that was random. Okay, with so many people on here. You help build our show, and this has been amazing. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe to Ear, Shoulder, Voice on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter, Periscope. Yeah, that's all of them, right? Good? Yeah, okay. We're good on that. I'm getting good at that now. I didn't say Instagram. I fucked up. Okay, so thank you for being here.
Talk to you soon.
Gabe, always. I mean, when it comes to movies and music, you're one I always want on the panel.
Yeah,
you have such great insight
talking to you
into
guys.
the media. Pop culture world, I mean, that's where you shine, especially. And I love
The
that.
only thing my brain is filled with.
Yes, there's nothing else. It comes to turning a doorknob. Gabe's like, how does this go again?
I don't know. How did it work?
Push,
But-
push.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely love it. Nikki, you got us some good too. So Christmas, you got some movies to watch, don't you?
Maybe.
No, there's no maybe about it. You got some movies to watch, don't you? You
I
tell those
mean-
kids, you tell those husbands, come on, we are watching a Christmas movie.
Yeah, one a week. I'll make it my mission. One a week.
Okay, that'll cover one by Christmas. All right. I'm sorry. There's
Oh,
only
yeah,
2 weeks till
oh my
Christmas.
God.
Yeah.
Fine, one every couple of days.
All right, that's a little better. You got to make it worthwhile for them. We love you, Jan. Thank you, by the way. And of course, Millie, I see you and I'm like, oh, happiness. You got that sweet persona, and you pick some great ones too in the specials and things that I forgot about that you have to watch every year. So I appreciate that, Millie. It's always a pleasure having you on this panel.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, gladly. Whenever you want to be here, we're here for you. As well as anybody else out there, you ever want to be a guest on the show, just let me know, because we can have you on as panelists as well. Have a very, very happy week before our holiday show. And our holiday show, I'll actually say Merry Christmas, but not yet, because we are not there yet. But we'll see you all Wednesday. Well,
Bye,
not because I can't say Merry Christmas. Merry fucking Christmas. I'm good with that.
All right.
You all have a great night. Thank you again for joining us at Ear, Shoulder, Voice.
Bye.
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 I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play.
Yes, I had to do Hanukkah music.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll be
You
back
could
in a
have done
second.
during the credits. That's what Nikki did.
Yeah, no. I'll be back.
Whew. I drink so much water that, man, I'm a peeing crazy lady.
I didn't drink a lot this show.
No.
I've got too much alcohol left in here. That's not right.
Well, I'm on a mission. I have to drink 90 ounces of agua a day.
I've got my tea.
No, I only
I
get
have
water.
nothing because I was trying to rush to get on this because I realized I thought I set my alarm on my phone, but it didn't go off. I must have
Oh,
screwed up.
no.
And
Well, you did
why I
good. You
was
got here
so-
early. You said you were going to be late, so.
Yeah, because I planned on driving home and joining from home. I didn't have time to
Oh,
drive
I
home.
gotcha,
It was
because you're
25
not
minutes.
home.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have
you
to
know, if that
wait.
happens, you're always good. We'll make it work, and we'll wait for you.
Yeah.
We'll do what we got to do.
Yeah.
Never worry about rushing. I mean, I was a little worried because Gabe originally wasn't going to make it, and then you were going to be
Yeah.
like, I was like, all right, it's the me and Nikki show.
Can you imagine? And then Brandon comes in and his Wi-Fi is not working.
Right. We had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these shows I know is going to end up just being me going, so here we are.
No.
Sorry
Right,
if
there's
there were
just-
a couple people that had to come by and pick things up from her office. So
Yeah. Well, it's going to happen to one of us. It might even happen to like Nikki or somebody like that. I could lose it because you can still stay on even if I lose it.
Yeah.
Lose the connection on it. But it's going to happen. It's going to be a Lemony Snicket's event. It's just going to
It'll
be
be
one of us
all
on
right.
here. Yeah, exactly. Welcome back, Gabe.
It can't be any worse. My team was doing our very first where people could call in and hear each of our individual experiences. She was bobbing along, dancing. But they could
Have
hear
a little dreidel.
each of our experiences with this product. And the first girl went, and then it was silence. It was supposed to be the lady like talking and then introducing me, and it was silent, like everything was dead. And I was like, fuck, dead air. So I'm like, sorry guys, whatever. I went on to tell my story, and then we all panicked and we all just ended it with no warning. We just panicked. Oh, it was a mess.
Yeah, I still have that fear. It's going to happen.
No, I don't know.
It's probably going to happen on like the deepest topic too, where I just can't fill in with anything.
Oh,
I can't
no.
tell you how much my heart was racing when you asked me to read PG parental guidance suggested.
Oh, and it didn't work either. Because apparently, it's not only that, I also still have to add you to the stream, even though you're not seeing, and I didn't realize that.
Okay. See,
And I didn't do that. Because I saw you talking, and I was like, well, wait, he is unmuted. I said, fuck, gotta add him to the stream.
Well, I
oh my God,
wonder
I
if
said
mine, because I
PG.
unmuted mine when I didn't hear him. I unmuted mine.
Same, you had to
instead.
be added to the stream. So
Oh.
it didn't matter. It made no effect on there.
Okay.
We'll get that down. It's a cool idea. We're
Sure.
going to get that down. It was Brandon's idea. So, but yeah, this was good. This was nice. This was cheery. We needed it after Wednesday.
yeah, I wasn't on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky.
It was a tough.
Yeah.
But you know what? We
Yeah,
keep it in with good spirits,
I
good
purposely
booze.
didn't join on that one. I knew I couldn't do
Yeah.
that one. So.
That was actually, we were talking about the show. That was my fear, like all Wednesday. That's what I was thinking because I did my little intro bit. And I'm like, as soon as it's done, nobody's going to show up. And I'm going to be the only one on the panel going, okay.
Yeah, but you have, because you're so passionate about this show, you're always so fearful it's not going to be successful each and every show. And each and every show, it's like better and better. And you're like, oh, I feel so much better when it's done.
Like,
Trying to think of this
What's
movie.
that
Criminal.
plane movie that gets taken hostage by a criminal during Christmas?
I don't know. It's not ringing a bell.
Passenger 57? That's not Christmas, is it?
I don't actually know. Oh, it's Snakes on a Plane. No.
Snakes on a plane?
I was like, no, just
Christmas plane
can't-
movie. Yeah.
I can't think.
Christmas
Can't
plane
find-
movie. Come on, you're the researcher there,
I'm
Gabe.
looking.
Yeah, I don't know of any that are Christmas plain one.
No.
Christmas plane.
I can't think of one. So we didn't really get into the debate, and I have to ask it because it was put on there
Hijack
while we're still in
movie.
the after show. Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie?
I brought that up.
Absolutely.
You did. We mentioned it. I mentioned it too, and you did too. But we didn't really have the quick debate on it. I just want to have while he's looking it up. Die Hard. What do you feel it is?
I feel personally that it's not a Christmas movie, but it
Turbulence.
takes place at Christmas. So it's fine to watch at Christmas, but I don't think
Right.
it's in the Christmas theme, like brewed off
No,
it.
because I don't think of pretty. God, I can't even think of his name. Fuck, I don't think of a sweaty Bruce Willis going through ventilation as being a really Christmas feeling on there.
No.
Yeah.
But it does. So anybody else think it's Christmas? We just didn't debate it. We'd have no debate if you all agree with me and Millie.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes,
No,
I agree.
all right, so we're good
I
on
agree.
that.
Yeah, I agree.
So the movie,
Now, some of
Danielle.
my friends will say up and down, no, it's a Christmas movie. So
Turbulence.
There it is. It's Turbulence. Ray Little, Lauren Holly. That's the movie what you're talking about there, Danielle.
That one is. If it's not, that's another hijacking movie taking
Christmas
place
movie on there.
on Christmas.